Hello out there, Facebook land. Hope all is well with you, wherever you are, whoever you are. Welcome to my presentation on this Earth Day, April 22nd, 2019. This is the 49th anniversary of Earth Day. I should know because it was the same year that I was born, although I am 48, 49. Was the first Earth Day back in 1970. And those people that were very interested in preserving the health of the Earth, they created Earth Day in celebration of what you see right here. And actually, this is a depiction of what was going to be the Earth Day flag. Nonetheless, we are here to preserve the planet, but we are also here to preserve our own health. And we have a fantastic strategy to do that. The goal here is, and I hate to sound pessimistic, nihilistic, fatalistic, but we are talking about thriving in a toxic world. Because if you look out your window, wherever you are at, you can see the pollution. You can see the chemicals that are out there. And unfortunately, as bad as air pollution outside air is, the indoor air may be 5 times worse, 10 times worse. A lot of people with different estimates, but I'm going to explain to you where all these toxins come from on the outside and also on the inside. I am Dr. Jack Wolfson, board certified cardiologist, and this is the world where I come from, coronary artery disease. This is what we see on a daily basis as cardiologists. We can see that there is a blockage right in the center of the screen. That is the widowmaker blockage. But sadly, the average cardiologist and the average medical doctor thinks that this is genetics related, that this is related to bad genes, that we've evolved on this planet over millions of years. However we got here, we have bad genetics that lead to this. And it has nothing to do with genetics at all. Genetics is responsible for far less than 5% of all disease. Everything is all man-made, it comes from our lifestyle, and that's what we talk about. I talk about it in my book, etc. Or the cardiologist thinks that this is from a lack of aspirin or a lack of statin drugs. There is a reason for this, and a good doctor finds what the reason is, and that's what I do. Now, if you don't know me, I'm Dr. Jack Wolfson, board certified cardiologist. I spent 4 years in osteopathic medical school like my father before me, 3 years internal medicine, 3 years of cardiology. I was voted one of Phoenix, Arizona's top docs in 2011. And in 2012, started my own practice along with my wife, the Doctors Wolfson, thedoctorswolfson.com, yada, yada. My buddy Josh Axe named me to his top 50 functional medicine doctors. So there we go. My family there, barefoot, out in the grass, just eating vegetables, living per nature. This is my Amazon best-selling book, 17 chapters in here. And in this book, I talk about all of the pollution, all of the chemicals, all of the household toxins that wreak havoc in our health. And that's going to be what my summary is today on thriving in a toxic world for heart health and total body health. And I want to dive into just a lot of the literature on why air pollution is bad and its links. And then there has not been as much studies done on indoor air pollution, but we can say if the outdoor pollution is linked to all these bad things, and the indoor air is 5 to 10 times worse, then the risk of indoor air quality and disease becomes that much higher. And that's what we want people to understand. And then we're going to talk about indoor air, how to clean up the indoor air. We have a document for you that is on our website, which is a post that Ashley is going to be posting for us. And that is going to be the 30 ways that you can detox, basically like a 30-day house detox. And we want you to check that out certainly as well. And that is a fantastic document. I just did it, and it's got some excellent references and links there for you to detoxify your house in 30 days. So make sure that you check that out. And then finally, I'm going to be talking about an evidence-based supplement that if you took one supplement out of all supplements that we're going to recommend, this would be it. And I'm going to teach you how and why on that. So back in 2009, there was a very large study done that looked at the effects of long-term exposure to traffic-related air pollution on not only lungs, and everybody knows that pollution causes damage to lungs, emphysema, causes lung cancer, but cardiovascular mortality. And in short, the more exposure you had to air pollution, the higher your risk of dying. So this, to me, of course, life and death is the most important marker. If something causes you to die, we need to avoid it. Obesity. So many people come to see me and they just, how do I lose weight? I've tried this certain diet and I've tried many different diets and nothing seems to be working. Well, maybe because the diet wasn't a major part of it. Now, of course, diet is a part of it, but what about your stress level? What about your sleep? What about your sunshine? What about your physical activity? And what about your pollution load? What about your exposome? How you're getting exposed to all of these chemicals and pollutants, it interferes with the body. You see, the body is just trying to do its thing. It's trying to receive the outside environment signals. It translates them to inside the signals of the body to make the body do things appropriately, to make the body get healthy. But the body can't do that when it's being interfered with these man-made synthetic pollutants in our environment. So if you're trying to lose weight, get out of the pollution and you'll see that it will do very, very well. Air pollution, when it comes to cholesterol levels, air pollution raises cholesterol, increases LDL particles, which is bad, increases small dense LDL particles, which is bad, lowers HDL, which is bad, increased triglycerides, which is bad, increased inflammation, which is bad when you live in this kind of environment. I was out for dinner a few weeks ago when I was speaking in Midtown Manhattan, and I met a really nice couple, and he's an acupuncturist, and she's the office manager, and she tells me she has pulmonary hypertension. She's got high blood pressures in her lungs. And she said, what do you think I should do? And I said, you live in New York City, you live in the heart of pollution, and you're talking about blood vessel supply to your lungs being problematic. Do you think that that is part of the problem? Or do you think that you're basically deficient in the latest drug to lower lung pressures down? No, you need to get out of that environment. You cannot get healthy in the same environment where you got sick, so you have to change your environment. Atrial fibrillation. So many people come to see me from all over the world for many different diagnoses, but none more common than atrial fibrillation. Major pain point for a lot of people is the irregular heart rhythm known as atrial fibrillation, which can be linked to stroke risk. Well, is it surprising to you that recently, this is March of 2019, hot off the press in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology, finally somebody's talking about prevention in this world, association of short and long-term exposure to air pollution with atrial fibrillation. So your atrial fibrillation is not because you're old, not because you're unlucky, not because of your genetics, not because you're deficient in pharmaceuticals, but what if it's from the air pollution? Get out of the air pollution, and out of the outdoor air pollution and in the indoor air pollution. So in our top 30 list, one of the things that we talk about, of course, on 30-day house detox is getting a quality air purification system. And I think that that is extraordinarily important for anybody and everybody to make sure that you are living in as clean air as possible. And I'll talk more about that. Blood pressure. Why is your blood pressure so high? You're taking the pharmaceuticals, it's still high. You're eating the right foods, it's still high. Are you getting sunshine? Are you getting sleep? Are you getting out of the pollution? And the medical doctors were just not trained in this. I went through 3 years of cardiology. We never talked about air pollution as it related to anything, yet the data is so expansive. And I get onto the government's website called pubmed.gov, and I can just find hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of articles that link up air pollution to cardiovascular disease. Stroke. Look at this, from 2019, again, the International Journal of Stroke. Is breathing our polluted air a risk factor for stroke? And this article, of course, came to the conclusion that it is, because the chemicals that are in that air pollution, the different gases, the different synthetics, the metals that are in there, interfere with our body getting the job done. So when our body, once again, is trying to take in certain nutrients, do these toxins from the air interfere with nutrients being absorbed? Do they interfere with nutrients being in the food? Do they interfere with how a nutrient floating around the body gets taken up by a cell? or inside of the cell itself? Could these pollutants and chemicals be interfering with our DNA, and the DNA being read into RNA, and the RNA being transcribed into proteins, or interfering with how proteins function? You can just see we can go on and on and on and correlate how things that do not belong in the body wreak havoc on the body. They inhibit the body's ability to get stuff done, and therefore you wind up with disease. You wind up with things like inflammation, as we mentioned before. And when there's inflammation, there's evidence that the body is irritated, the body is on fire, the body is under stress. And the medical doctors see this and they think, well, the answer is an aspirin. The answer is a statin drug. But the reality is, it has nothing to do with that. We have to find the cause of the inflammation. How about this? Ambient air pollution and breast cancer. Again, 2019, from mainstream journals, we can see that not only is air pollution linked to breast cancer risk, it's linked to every cancer risk. So we need to get out of the pollution. Breast cancer has very, very, very little, if anything, to do with the genetics. It has everything to do with the environment of us. Now, I can talk about a lot of different things. I can talk about cancer. I can talk about heart attacks. I can talk about strokes, but everybody certainly is very concerned about dementia. Nobody wants to live until they're 100 if the last 20 years of their life has dementia, and we all know this scenario too well. Well, isn't it scary to find out that air pollution is linked to dementia? Of course it is, because as I keep saying, is that it is the pollution that interferes with the body, and then the body manifests itself in what is called disease, and those manifestations of the disease is dementia, is heart disease, is cancer, is diabetes, is obesity, on and on and on. So how the individual responds is anybody's guess, but these are the common things, of course, and we got to put a stop to it. Okay, here you go. Here's air pollution and diabetes. You can see that air pollution is, if not the most risky thing of all, it is certainly up there with diet, with the importance of sunshine, with sleep, with stress, and lack of exercise. All these things are extremely important. Let's all call them equally important. Autoimmune, Hashimoto's, 30+ million people are running around with Hashimoto's, autoimmune attack on their thyroid, leading to all different types of symptoms. 2019, emerging role of air pollution in autoimmune diseases. This is absolutely scary, scary stuff, and hopefully will scare you into taking the next move. And of course, effects of air pollutants on viral infections. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know me and you know who I am, you know that I will tell you that the problem is not the viruses. The problem is not the bacteria. The problem is not the fungus around us. We are one and the same with all of these things. Our DNA is made up of viral components and bacterial components and fungal components. We have been in nature with these since the dawn of time. We all coexist, and we can coexist harmoniously as we should be, because we cannot live without the bacteria and the fungus in our guts, and there's viral particles in our gut, there's viruses all over us, in our blood, 24/7. The problem is not the bug, the problem is us. The problem is the host. And if the host is damaged from the air pollutants, then we will be in a situation of disharmony, and we will eventually become sick. The virus, the particle, the bacteria, they all mean nothing. The host is everything. Be a strong host and get out of the pollution. So here we've got everybody's home in Middle America, and this is what the situation is. But inside the home is very, very sinister situation going on. We've got air pollution, we got air fresheners that are there, candles, plugins, all these synthetics to make the house smell nice and fresh. This stuff is absolute poison, and you need to get it out of your house immediately. Do not give it to a friend. Do not give it to a neighbor. Do not donate this stuff. It goes immediately in the garbage, and then wash your hands after you touch any of these products. Laundry products, laundry detergent, fabric softener, dryer sheets. If it's not natural, do not use it. And this is why, once again, why we created the program 30 Days to Detoxify Your Home. We have the link in the comment section. It's a free blog post. Go check it out. Everything you use in your home, is it natural or not? If not, do not bring it in. And that, again, it comes to laundry products. Throw out the Tide, Cheer, Gain. Don't even use it up. Get rid of it. Run a few cycles with, or many cycles with vinegar, with white vinegar. Clear out your washer and your dryer immediately. If it's so toxic, then you may have to get a new set. Personal care products, whatever you put on your body goes into your body. Shampoos, conditioners, skin lotions, deodorants, antiperspirants. Is it natural or not? If not, do not put it in. These are all chemicals that are getting into your body that are causing all of the different health situations that I just mentioned. This is not, this is evidence-based. This conversation is pure evidence and pure common sense, for that matter. EMF, unplug the Wi-Fi at night. Getting rid of the smart meter, shielding from the smart meter, doing all the strategies you can to keep your electromagnetic field exposure to a minimum. When we do an EKG on someone, we're measuring the electricity of the heart. When we do an EEG, we're measuring the electricity of the brain. We are pure electricity. We are pure energy at our fundamental levels. So energy from an outside source that is man-made will wreak havoc on our system. Furniture. What kind of furniture are you bringing into the house? Does it smell like glues, like formaldehydes, like other pollutants, volatile organic compounds that are floating around in the air with us, with our children, with our pets? This is nasty stuff. Think, think, think. And this is an opportunity to make sure you get quality furniture. Make sure you can consider getting used furniture. But even that has a sets of problems. But there are companies that are out there that are making organic couches, that are making products for a healthy home. And I suggest that you search them out for your health. And the more that we shop for those kind of products, the more people are going to produce those kind of products. That is supply and demand. Your floors. What are your floors made of? Are they carpet? Are they glues using for the carpet? Glue for the wood? Glue for the tile? Think about all that stuff and how all that stuff outgasses into the personal environment for you and your family and your pets. The cabinetry, plywood, synthetics, melamine, type products. All those synthetic materials that just outgas. And it may outgas for years and years and years. And then what kind of paint you use for the house as well. There are natural products that we can always use. You may have to pay more money, but you know what? You're worth it. You're worth it. You are definitely worth it. Okay, and then finally, the water that you drink. Again, the water is a source of pollution. The water is a source of chemicals. So inside the house, make sure you have a quality water system. And those of you who know us, you know that we recommend a water system on our website, and we're going to put that into the commentary section for you as well. Now, I want to show this slide here because so many people now are getting onto the mold bandwagon. And this is a picture of black mold. This is Stachybotrys, and there's Penicillium, and there's Aspergillus. There's a lot of these molds that should not be in our house. They should not be in our environment. And the breathing in of the mold and what are known as the mycotoxins is absolutely catastrophic for your health. And there's the Toxic Mold Summit. A lot of people are looking into all the different things that mold can cause. And I see it so often in my patients. I ask everybody about mold. You better make sure your doctor is asking about mold. Call on a mold inspector, check it out. if you see things like this, you better know how to clean it and clean it safely and make sure that the source of water damage to this, once again, is removed. So that's why it commonly happens in showers and sinks. And I just want you to all be aware that mold could be a source of your sickness. Look under your cabinets, look behind the walls, hire a mold inspector, and make sure your house does not have mold. So what if there was one supplement? What if you could take just one supplement that was healthy for you? Well, that's the purpose of taking a supplement, to supplement the healthy lifestyle. So what if there was one supplement that was healthy? It was proven to be effective. It was proven to be effective because it contained many of evidence-based nutrients that were shown to be healthy for what's called phase 1 liver detoxification, phase 2 liver detoxification, phase 3 detoxification. So you found a supplement that was healthy, proven effective. It saves you money because it does contain calories. It does contain nutrients. It is a healthy snack. It could be a light meal. And it saves you money in healthcare dollars. It got you results. It gets the results that you need to lower inflammation, lower oxidative stress, improve lipids, improve blood pressure, all these different things that this product could do. And it was safe. It was safe. I worked in the hospitals for 18 years. The number of times I saw someone come in from a vitamin or supplement overdose was 0. Okay, if you look at pharmaceuticals, some people think that the pharmaceutical industry and iatrogenic cause of death is number 1. Some people say it's number 3. This product is safe. It's easy to take. It's easy to take. Make it super simple on you. And finally, it's delicious. It's a delicious, delicious product. So what if there was one supplement that was healthy, proven effective, saves you money, gets results, it's safe, it's easy, and it's delicious, so you enjoy taking the product? Here it is. This is a product that I created, and it's called Daily Defense, a delicious way to health in a 21st century world. 2 different flavors, vanilla and chocolate. This is Dr. Jack's prescription for you to drink a milkshake, but it's not a milkshake. It is a New Zealand grass-fed whey protein shake mix, functional food that gets the job done. It's safe, it's proven effective, it's healthy, it's clean, it's pure, and as I said, it is delicious. It is my prescription for you to wake up every morning and have a milkshake. Have a shake that you enjoy and that, again, is ultimately very healthy for you. And there's a picture of me drinking my morning chocolate shake. Chocolate happens to be my favorite. I happen to be a chocoholic, and I love it that I get it into my New Zealand grass-fed shake mix called Daily Defense, along with other nutrients. And here's those nutrients that are in there. So we've got the protein breakdown here of 2 scoops of this particular product, and it's just 2 scoops a day. You can do 2 different servings if you want. You can break it up however you want to get it in. You can add things to it. You can add daily greens, add superfood, add my heartbeat product. You can add berries to it. You can add, like I said, whatever you want to add to it, go ahead and add to it. But there are 14 servings in the container, and we've got 3 grams of fiber. I'll tell you where that comes from. And then we've got all the components of a multivitamin here. You can look at a nice serving of magnesium, high dose serving of potassium down here, and all these other agents, quality B vitamins, methylcobalamin, methyl folate, the quality Bs that you need to get the job done. Nice size serving of iodine in here. Zinc is for your immune system. You can see that we're covering a lot of the percent recommended values in here, and certainly thiamine is critically important for heart patients as well. A nice size serving of vitamin C. 1 gram of sugar. 1 gram of sugar in there. 3 grams of fiber, and it does have some fat content in there as well, because we try and create somewhat of a balanced product for you, and then a total of 12 grams of protein. So it's not a high protein product, but it does have a significant amount of protein. Okay, here we go with the other things that are, once again, healthy for the liver, what's called phase 1 detoxification, phase 2 liver detoxification, and then phase 3 is how we bind up the toxins when they hit the gut and how we poop them out the other side. And that is my friend up here, organic psyllium husk. Psyllium husk is a prebiotic. It's excellent for lipids, excellent for blood sugar control. And again, it also binds up toxins in the body, so you poop them out the other side. We've got a nice size serving of flaxseed powder in there as well. And then we've got all these different nutrients coming in here that have so much evidence. Pomegranate extract, which is amazing. We've got a digestive enzyme from Aminogen. We've got bioflavonoids. We've got broccoli seed extract, which is excellent for cancer and anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. Turmeric, of course, has a million different things that is very good for anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, anti-platelet, natural blood thinner, excellent for lipids, anti-aging, anti-dementia, glutamine to help heal the leaky gut, glycine to help heal the leaky gut, N-acetylcysteine to make glutathione. Taurine has excellent heart benefits as well and is excellent for liver health. Ginger does so many different things, including it's a natural blood pressure control product, more antioxidants, and then we wrap it up with the lactobacillus probiotic. And then if you look at the other ingredients, there's no added sugars into here. Organic vanilla flavor. It's the sweetener, if you will, is the monk fruit extract, which as far as I'm concerned is the safest non-sugar sweetener. And then you got the grass-fed whey protein. And I could do a whole presentation on whey protein and why it is the best and the most studied protein product for you. So New Zealand grass-fed whey, that is the law of the land in New Zealand, that the animals are grass-fed. So grass-fed, grass-finished whey protein product. And this is the Daily Defense by the Doctors Wolfson. And I'm so excited that you stayed on for this presentation. This is a delicious way to start off the day. Once again, you can add stuff to it. You can add the powder to water. You can add it to nut milk. You can add it to a smoothie. It really helps to cover up the taste of some kind of, if you're trying to add in other things, like, for example, my superfood, Chlorella spirulina, very strong taste. This really helps to mask the taste of even that. It's just a great product. If you could take one supplement, it is the Daily Defense. And what we have going on for an Earth Day special, a celebration of you, a celebration of Earth Day, a celebration of health, we have the product Daily Defense. And if you use the code Earth Day 2019, Earth 2019, Earth 2019 is the code, and that's what you're going to use to achieve the best in your health. So Daily Defense protein powder, check it out. And that is the end.